Hello, welcome once again to Pale Blooms and Beyond. If you like the programming you see here and the musicians and artists I visit with, please be sure and hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel. Johnny Driver, aka Creepy John Thomas, is an Australian-born, London-based musician. Johnny has also lived in Berlin, Germany, and San Francisco, California. He began his career in the Australian band The Flies and released a few singles in the mid-60s. Then came the band Rust, which would record one album in 1969. As Creepy John Thomas, there would be a couple of albums released, 1969's self-titled Affair and Brother Bat Bone in 1971. In 2010, both albums would be re-released as a twofer compilation on Keyhole Records. John would play in the Edgar Broughton Band from 1975 to 76 and again from 79 to 81. Post Edgar Broughton Band, Johnny would move to Germany and form Johnny and the Drivers. The unit would release two albums in the early 80s. Fast forward to 2020, and Grapefruit Records, a branch of Cherry Red, released a Creepy John Thomas retrospective, Trippin Like a Dog and Rockin Like a Bitch, the complete recordings, which includes Come Rust With Me album and both Creepy John Thomas albums. Well, welcome, Johnny.
Thank you for having me.
All right. It's nice to be had, isn't it? Yeah. Always, that's an old groaner there. Well, take us back. Where were you born?
I was born in Sydney.
Okay. Do you recall your early childhood growing up?
Oh, not very much of it. A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Vague, little snapshots here and there. Yeah.
Okay. Was there music in the household early on?
Yeah, my granddad played piano a little bit, and he'd also, well, he wasn't a religious guy. He played organ in church. That was about it. My auntie Daphne, she was a singer. She used to sing, but she wasn't professional, of course.
Okay.
But no, there wasn't. Everyone liked music, but nobody was in the business.
Okay, so it kind of skipped a generation, or neither one of your parents were. Okay, well, what was the first instrument you learned to play?
Well, I'd have to say guitar.
Okay. Do you remember how old you were when you picked up the guitar?
I think I started messing around when I was about 13, but I got more into it when I was 15, from about 15 onwards.
Okay. Did you ever play the ukulele? I'm curious.
A little bit, I can still do it a little bit. I just very rudimentary kind of, bang out a couple of chords, Yeah. I should get into it more because I enjoy it. It's great.
Yeah, I've heard doing these. A lot of musicians started out with the ukulele and then kind of graduated to the guitar. Well, can you remember one of the first singles or albums that you got?
In terms of rock and roll?
Yeah, pop or rock and roll.
Well, I think, as I may have mentioned to you, at that time, I lived with my grandparents on a banana plantation. And we didn't have any electricity. We had a radio, which was powered by a car battery.
Oh, was it? Okay.
So I didn't have access to a record player.
Okay.
But I used to listen to the radio a lot.
Okay. What station? What kind of music was coming through the radio?
Well, it was really funny. You should ask that. No, early in the morning, really early in the morning. It was almost a tradition in Australia. There was at 5:30 in the morning. They just played this country music. We used to call it hillbilly music, but it was like just country music and yodeling and kind of Australian stuff, and a bit of, sometimes they play some Hank Williams and all that stuff, which I liked,
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's not bad to grow up listening to that. Well, can you remember one of the first live shows or concerts that you went to, that you attended?
Well, the first time I saw live bands was when I went to Sydney. I saw Cliff Richards in the Shadows.
Oh, did you? Okay.
That wasn't so bad, but we moved to Sydney. But before that, I was a big fan of Buddy Holly and the Crickets, because when I moved out of the banana plantation, then I had a record player.
Oh,
Then I remember being in Brisbane, and I heard on the radio, "That'll Be the Day."
oh,
That
okay.
was the change. Everything changed. That's when I want to run away with the circus, you know.
Right, right. Well, when I talked to Keith Butker, he was saying the difference when he was there between Melbourne and Sydney. He said Melbourne was more. They had a lot of acoustic folk kind of bands and things like that, and Sydney was more like rock and roll. You know, they had
Yeah, I think Keith's right. Yeah,
yeah,
it was kind of like that. Yeah.
yeah, from his memories. Well, talk about a few more early musical influences for you, bands and artists.
Oh, you know, of course, there was Jerry Lee Lewis.
Oh, yeah,
You know, kind of Eddie Cochran, of course. You know, Little Richard. You know, Bo Diddley. You know, all those guys. You know, kind of. And
yeah.
yeah, the Burnett brothers. You know, Johnny Burnett. You know,
Oh,
the
yes.
Rockabilly Trio. Train Kept a Rolling. You know, Honey Hush. All those great old records. I still love that stuff. You know.
Yeah. You know, I like Eddie Cochran. You know,
Oh,
a lot of people will throw he and Gene Vincent in the same conversation.
wow.
Yeah, but I liked Eddie a little bit better, I think, than Gene. Yeah. So
Yeah, they're both great, both different. I could tell you a small little anecdote. When I was still living in Murwillumbah, I had a friend that I used to started playing guitar with, and he had a friend that worked in the local radio station. They had a recording facilities, and I was convinced that I sounded just like Gene Vincent, and so we went in and recorded Bebop
yeah.
and I was crestfallen enough to hear it because I suddenly realized, no, I don't sound like Gene Vincent.
You know, what was the let me ask you this. Were you in a band prior to the Flies?
Oh, sure, I was in a few bands.
Okay. We'll talk about some of those.
Well, none of them were very successful, except one was reasonably successful. I was in a band called the Checkmates, and then we became a band called the Telstars. The Telstars, after I left them, they had a kind of a pretty successful career in Australia as an instrumental band. They made a few records, few singles. I guess they were along the lines of the Shadows, you know, like type of stuff.
Yeah. Did,
I
did
didn't
they
like to
get
do in the steps, you know.
did they get their name from the Tornadoes, the UK band? You know how they had
Actually,
that.
I'm not trying to boast here, but it was my idea to call them
Oh,
the Telstars because
oh,
yes, and you're right.
the song.
I thought that's a good name for a band. The
Okay,
Telstar.
okay, all right. I thought it might have had something to do with
Plagiarism. You know.
that. Plagiarism at its best.
Yeah.
Okay, well, uh, talk about the Flies though. How the band got together.
Well, when I went to Melbourne and doing a variety of different things, you know, and I was in a band called the Renegades. It was you know, kind of a rock and roll pop band. And we used to play a few local gigs, nothing spectacular. But then after that, I was down on my luck, and I was selling encyclopedias.
Were you
And
okay?
one of my fellow encyclopedia salesmen, he was a bass player, and we heard the Beatles, and we thought, oh, we can do that.
Yeah.
So we put a band together, and that became the Flyers. And the drummer who'd been in the Renegades, you know, I recruited him
Okay.
into our band.
Yeah.
We needed a rhythm guitar player. We got this guy called Ronnie Burns.
Oh yeah.
He's now a big pop star in Australia, you know.
Yes.
He
Yes.
usually annoys me because they always say Ronnie Burns and the Flyers, but it wasn't. He wasn't the leader, you know. He was the one that became the pop star. But
Yeah.
not having said that, Ronnie's a really good guy and a good singer.
Yeah.
But it wasn't Ronnie Burns and the Flyers because we were kind of a democracy. But it always sounded like he was the kind of big shot and we were his back. And
It
So,
wasn't that way. It wasn't that way. No. Now, Ronnie, that would be somebody I'd like to talk
have you
to.
heard of Ronnie Burns?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Yes, I
Yeah,
have.
he's a good guy. He's a good guy.
Yeah. Well, the band had a few singles and an EP in '65.
Yep.
Do you have a favorite?
To be honest with you, I don't like any of those records
Oh, okay.
because
Okay.
we had a kind of reputation for being a kind of pretty wild band on stage, but I thought our records were really kind of wimpy and kind of
All
they
right.
didn't have any bollocks.
Okay. All
And
right.
you
Okay.
know,
Well,
I think Tell Her That is not a bad record.
okay. All right. Well, we'll move on from there. We won't. We won't stay long in that. How did you come up with the name Creepy John Thomas?
That's strange because I remember hearing this record in Australia by a group called what they called Blues, Rags and Hollers. And there was these three guys that played kind of this earthy, rootsy, kind of folky blues kind of stuff, and they're really good. One of the songs was called Creepy John,
Oh,
and it's
okay.
a great record. If you look up on YouTube and have a listen, it's a great song.
Okay.
And when I got signed up in Europe later on to do the Creepy John Thomas stuff, you know, John Thomas sounds pretty boring, you know. So there was all these people around, like Captain Beefheart and kind of.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I thought I needed some type of name that had a bit of. So I thought, I think I'll use that, you know.
Okay. Yeah, that would help help you stand out because like you said, John Thomas, there might have been other John Thomases too, you know.
Sounds like a dick, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Yeah, you're right. It does. Yeah, I wouldn't have said
I
that,
could have called myself. I could have called myself Big John Thomas.
but Big John. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Well, who was in the band Rust? What were the other members?
Well, Rust, I got signed by EMI in Germany, by EMI in Germany, in Cologne, and I had to put a band together. So I went to London and I advertised in the Melody Maker for a rhythm section, and I got these two guys, Walt Monahan and Chris Hillman,
Okay.
and they played in the band. That was Rust, the trio.
Okay, good. That wasn't the same Chris Hillman that was in Birds, the Birds.
Sorry, I think I got the name wrong. It's
Okay.
something Hillman. What is
Okay.
it? Having a senior moment here.
Okay, that's all right. That's all right.
I think it was. I think it was Chris Hillman,
Okay.
but not the same one. No.
Yeah, okay, okay. I was going to say that would have been very strange. Wouldn't it? Well,
After the interview was finished, I said, "Oh shit! I remember the right name."
that's right. Hey,
But
I do that.
it's so long ago.
I
You know.
know. I do that too. I do that too. Or after the interview, I'll say, "Oh, I should have asked him this. I forgot to ask him." You know. Yeah, I do that a lot. I do that. Well, the '69 album "Come with Me." Um, there are a few tracks that I appreciate that I like from that. "Think Big" was the first one. "Delusion" is another one that I like, and I think my favorite is "Doesn't Add Up to Me." I think that's my favorite off of
That's
that.
not a bad track. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then "Come With Me," another track. The vocals to me kind of sound similar to Gary Brooker of Procol Harum on
That's
that.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That sounds reminiscent of him. "Ride a Rainbow" was the single from the first uh, Creepy John Thomas. Sorry, Creepy John Thomas album. "Ride a Rainbow."
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
Do you still like that song or have any fond memories?
I haven't got that much feeling about it, Greg. You know, yeah, sure, it's all right. You know, kind of. I'm not that wild about it, to be honest
Okay.
with you.
All
But if the
right.
money was right, I'd be happy to do it again.
Okay. Okay. I hear that. I hear
No,
that.
it's all right. You know, kind of. You know,
Yeah. Yeah, I talked to a guy recently, and he's done a lot of session work. He played with bands back in the day too, but he said he's given up, playing. He said, but if somebody comes to me and says, "Would you like to play?" and I'll throw like tons of money at you. Would you like to play? Oh, sure. He said, yeah, I'll do that.
That's it.
Right.
Can you imagine how many times Chuck Berry has played Johnny Be Good?
Oh, tell me about it. Oh,
But he
tell me.
probably enjoys it if the people enjoy it. When in between, he probably doesn't. But as soon as the punters start, he likes it again. It's
Right, right. When
yeah,
the money changes everything, doesn't it? Yeah, yeah. How funny how he would never take a band with him. He would just assemble a band once he got like to the UK or whatever.
well, I've known a couple of guys that have been in that have backed him up. Like one friend of mine, I used to play with in the original Johnny and the Drivers in
Yeah.
Berlin. He backed up Chuck Berry, and he remembers that they played for nothing because they were just happy to play with Chuck Berry. And he
Oh,
remembers Chuck played for about 20 minutes,
yeah.
and then he left. And as he left the stage, he's calling out to the musicians, "Keep playing, boys, earn that money, earn that money."
Yeah.
But the guys weren't earning anything.
Yeah. Oh, he could be a taskmaster too. He was kind of
I can
did
understand him though, because so many people ripped him off, didn't they? And so he probably
that's
had a chip on his shoulder. Who can blame him?
that's true. That's true. Yeah. Well,
He was
the
a bad boy though, wasn't he? Huh?
yeah, he was. Yes, he was. Well, the first Creepy John Thomas album was recorded on RCA Victor, and Connie Plank engineered the album.
That's right. Well, he
Yeah,
produced it.
yeah, yes, yes, and he contributed bongos also to the recording. He played some bongos. Who else? Do you remember who else was on that recording?
Yeah, a guy called Andy Marks. Andy Marks and I did most of the stuff, and we had a couple of a guy called Helmut Pole played drums,
Yeah.
and we just did it all ourselves. We played bass and guitar and special effects. We did it ourselves. It was all
Yeah.
cobbled together somehow.
Right. I wanted to ask you, how was it dealing with or working with those German musicians?
Well, there was only one Helmut Pole, and he was a good guy, and he was a session guy. He was easy. Andy Marks is an
Yeah.
excellent player. And
Yeah.
Andy Marks lives now. He lives in LA now, and he ended up kind of being, I don't know what the title is. A person that does what do you call it? Alternative medicine and alternative.
Oh,
You know,
okay. Yeah. Yes, yes. I know what you're talking about.
I forget the title for it. But anyway, this woman came into his little shop one day to buy some stuff for her father, and her father turned out to be Frank Zappa. And
Oh, really?
yeah, and Andy tells me that she came back later and said, "Oh, my father that really helped him. What you gave him."
Yeah.
So Andy went over. He ended up meeting Zappa and went to his house a few times. And when Zappa was going to tour Europe, Andy said, "Oh, can I come and play with you?" And Zappa said, "No, I don't think so."
Yeah.
Although Andy's a very good musician, he's a very good player, as you can hear on the Creepy John Thomas stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. But he turned him down. Okay. All right. Well, well, off of that recording, a couple of songs that I like, "Ride a Rainbow," the single. And I think I mentioned this before. It reminds me of the Allman Brothers. That one, "Ride a Rainbow," and also "Son and Woman" is another one that I like off of
Yeah,
that.
that's not a bad one. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's also
Well,
long. Oh,
you ought to give yourself a little more credit. I think. I think
pretty
they're
kind.
nice. Well, do you remember how the album fared? With
Uh, well, I don't think it fared as well as we'd hoped,
okay,
but it didn't get enough promotion, in my opinion.
yeah, yeah,
And the problem is that when in England, because I'd recorded the album in Germany, a lot of the kind of guys in the music business uh, in London, they probably saw it as kraut rock.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Right.
there was a bit of snobbery there, I think,
Oh,
but it turns out a lot of people still like the album, and it's like it still turns up, and so it's maybe it was misjudged. Hopefully,
yeah, it sounds like it was. It sounds like it was. Well, what took you to San Francisco in '71?
oh ah, I don't know what it was. The time wasn't. I just wanted to get out of town, and I'd had a deal, and I thought if I went to America, uh, I could maybe could push the Creepy John Thomas stuff more.
Okay.
So I went there, and I ended up. I really enjoyed my time in America.
Yeah.
I ended up jamming with a few people there. I met the bass player and the guitar player from It's a Beautiful Day. I don't know if you remember that band.
Yes, I do. Yes, I
And
do.
we became friends, and we
Yeah,
did some playing together.
yeah.
But
David Laflamme or
well, I
Laflamme.
never met David, but I just knew Hal and Mitchell,
Yeah.
the guitar player and the bass player.
Okay. Okay.
And then suddenly my visa ran out, and so I had to come back to London.
Oh, okay. You didn't get to stay very long. Well,
I was there about a year.
about a year. You arrived after the Summer of Love. That was like a couple of years. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's
So
right.
you missed that. Well, why the move to Telefunken?
Well, that was strange because I recorded this album. You're talking about Brother Badbone or Brother
Yeah.
Backbone, as it became. Well, we hadn't had a deal for that record. We'd recorded it, and RCA London had rejected it. They said, "Oh, this is too crazy. We don't like this stuff. What are you doing, John?" And so, I was in San Francisco, and Connie called me. Said, "Oh, I've got a deal for this record, and I need to know what it's called." I said, "Brother Badbone." He said, "Oh, okay, good." But he understood Brother Batbone.
Bat. 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 Okay.
Batbone, Batbone, Johnny, Batbone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So that's what it ended up being. That's what he heard.
That's right. That's what totally pissed me off at the time.
Yeah, yeah, I wouldn't have liked that either. No, no, no. Well, you recall who designed or painted the cover on that?
uh, I don't.
Okay.
There's someone Connie had kind of found,
Okay.
There's it's a strange looking cover, isn't it? There's
Yes, it is.
some guy with kind of lion skins and
Yeah, yeah. It is. It's like a conglomeration of different animals and
it was
things.
weird,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I was happy to have a deal, but the thing about that album, there was a couple more songs.
Mhm.
One particular song that I like, it's not on the album. They decided not to put it on there for
Oh,
some
really?
reason. Anyway, that's the way it goes.
Right. Was that song re-released later? On
No,
okay, it wasn't.
I,
Never.
I don't know what happened to the masters of that.
Okay. Well, I do like the song "Standing in the Sunshine." It reminds me
Yes,
of
the
Peter.
kind of Stand in the that's not a bad one.
It
Yeah,
reminds me of Peter Green's Fleetwood Mac. That one does. Yeah, yeah.
I'm not in the same league as that, but thank you for that.
Well, it does to me. It does to my ears. Okay. Well, uh, how did you come to join Edgar Broughton's band?
Well, I'd known Steve for ages. We were kind of mates, And when I came back from San Francisco, I guess I was at a loose end, and the guitar player that was with them for some reason left, and Steve rang me up and said, "John, we need a guitar player. Can you join us?" So next thing I know, 2 days later, I was on the plane going to the Isle of Wight,
Oh, okay.
and not the Isle of Wight, the Isle of Man.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Or did we go by boat or by plane? I forget. But I hadn't had no rehearsals, so I learned all that stuff, on the road. And occasional rehearsals in the hotel room. That was it. That was it. So I stayed with them for I don't know 2 or 3 years,
Yeah, yeah.
and then they fired me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you
That's
were.
okay. But then a couple of years they got another guy, and
Yeah,
then they realised, hey, let's get Johnny back. So
yeah, yeah.
they,
You
they
did
got me back.
a
And I
couple of.
stayed with them for a year. This time I fired them.
And then you fired them.
I,
It got even.
no,
You
I'm
got
just
even.
kidding. They're mates of mine.
Right. Yeah, a couple of stints with the band. Yeah. Well, you would play on the '76 album Bandages, right?
Yep,
Yep.
yep.
Yep. Yep.
And another one, Life Hits Harder. I was on that one as well.
Okay. 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 Did you like your playing on that? Were you happy way they turned out?
Uh, Not particularly. No.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think Bandage is not a bad album.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to keep working at that, Johnny, and we'll find one that you're happy with. Once we, you know,
You must think
I'm
I'm
going
a
to keep
miserable.
I'm going to keep asking now. Well, when did you work with Annie Lennox and Dave Stewart?
Well, that was prior to, I was still in the Broughtons,
Okay.
and I'd got to know Dave and Annie because they had a little apartment above this record shop in Crouch End, which is really near where I live, North London. And they were songwriters and Dave and Annie. And I was to do this solo project with Connie Plank in Germany, in Cologne. And I was still with the Broughtons, but I wanted to do a project without the Broughtons.
Okay.
So I got Dave and Annie to join me. So they came over to Cologne with me, and we recorded a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And nothing ever happened with that album. I've still got all the tapes. I don't know what happened. It all went pear shaped. But it was a happy ending for Dave and Annie because they ended up working with Connie.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
rest is history.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm a footnote in the rhythmic
You're a footnote. Well, that would be something if those could be
better than nothing.
re-released or something. Those tracks, that would be something, you know. Yeah.
I've still got all the masters. I've got them all at home. I've got all the multi-tracks, all the stuff. I don't know if they've been sitting there for like 40 years, so it's 30, so I don't know if they're any good anymore.
Yeah. Well, they might be. You know, I was going to say, who is it? Are you in contact with anyone with Cherry Red Records?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure I am. I've got a deal with Cherry Red.
Okay, you might contact them about that. You might mention that to them, you know, if they're still in good condition, because they release and re-release and remaster a whole lot of undiscovered
Yeah,
material.
there's a lot of, I talked to her about that, but the problem is there's a lot of, I don't know exactly the details of it, but there's because Dave and Annie, they might not like that.
Right, right. Yeah, they would have to contact them as well.
Yeah, so I didn't want to get into all that
Oh,
stuff.
okay, I get you. I get you. I get you. It was just a thought there. After leaving the Edgar Broughton Band, you moved to Germany and formed Johnny and the Drivers.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And Steve joined the band. Steve Broughton.
Yeah. Well, how that happened was I'd only gone over to Germany just to somewhere to give me a couple of gigs over there, and I was going to just go there to write some songs and work in the studio with this friend of mine. But I really enjoyed it there because there was a lot of gigs, and I was doing a lot of acoustic stuff. And these clubs, sometimes I do 3 clubs a night. Go and play 40-minute set here, 40-minute set there, just
Yeah. Yeah.
playing the blues,
Yeah.
country music, and I ended up getting signed. So then I ended up moving. Well, I didn't actually move to Berlin. I kept my flat in London, but I had a flat also in Berlin, and my family came over to join me. So I lived in Berlin for 8 years.
Oh, okay.
And
Well,
that's why I did Johnny and the Drivers.
okay. Well, how was it living in Berlin? How was that?
Oh, I love Berlin. Was at the time it's still one of my favorite cities. It was like, well, you know, you're Texas. Well, Berlin at that time was like the Alamo because
Oh,
it was this little eye and center of the storm, wasn't it? You know.
yes,
And,
yes.
you know, it was something really nice about Berlin. I really liked it. It's changed now.
Yeah.
I'm glad the wall's gone. But
Right.
when the wall was up, there was a certain atmosphere there, like nowhere else.
Yeah.
But the Russians could be on the coup dam in 5 minutes. You know?
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. That was a strange time, wasn't
And
it?
not only that,
Uh,
I got a grant. Nobody gives grants to rock and rollers, but
oh,
if you agreed to stay in Berlin for a certain amount of time,
mhm.
they would give you a grant, which I got. So I got a grant.
Oh,
So
really?
that was encouraging.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. That's nice they did that. Wow. Okay. To encourage you to play there and record and live
That's
there.
right.
Live there. Wow. Okay. Nice. Nice. I wonder if there's continued to do that or they stopped doing that. I don't know.
No, but
Yeah, none. It was it wasn't financially beneficial after a while, right? Right. Well,
you got.
who else was in the Johnny and the Drivers at that time?
Well, the main guy was, I guess, was the guy called Danny Duke.
Okay.
Yeah, his stage name was Danny Deutschmark. He's a
Okay.
keyboard player, great player, very, very good player. He's a
Yeah.
top session musician now in Germany. He's
Oh,
still
is it?
very active. He was in the band. Had a number of people playing. I had a guy in there called Terry Trubant. Actually, he used to work with Joe Walsh. I
Oh,
don't know
did
if
he?
you know, he had a song, Joe Walsh had a song called Turn to Stone. I don't know if you know that
Oh,
song.
yes, I do. Yes, I did.
Well, Terry co-wrote that song.
Did he? Did he? Okay.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
thing is, I remember when we were in Berlin, Joe Walsh bought out Terry's. I don't know how to describe it, but he bought out Terry's publishing rights to the song
Mhm.
in exchange for a lot of money. So Terry was quite rich for a couple of weeks.
Oh, I imagine so. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Hope you didn't blow it all. Yeah. Yeah. Right. That's
Unfortunately, Terry's no longer with us. He kind
oh,
of,
oh, did he? Did he pass? Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Well, you guys did play live, touring throughout Europe and even behind the Iron Curtain, right? And
Yeah, we
oh,
did. We did. We were one of the first bands to go to the West, to go to the
the East.
behind the Iron Curtain, as you put
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Poland and East Germany.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you have any harrowing experiences from that time?
Ah, harrowing experiences. Not really. No, it
No.
was it was good over there. It was quite interesting over there. Like people over there, they just simple things they didn't have. You
Yeah.
wouldn't think. They said, Johnny, when you come back, can you bring me some bananas?
Yeah.
And things like
Right.
bananas and things we take for granted.
Right. It was like night and day and black and white. I mean, the differences between the West and the East, and that and and how, like you said, but all along the music was seeping in over there. They had people, bringing in tapes and things like that. It was
One
getting.
thing I do remember about East Germany,
Mhm.
they, I don't know what it is because of but I met quite a lot of East German musicians.
Okay.
And as far as rock and roll and blues concerned, it seems to me they were on another level over there.
Oh, is that
Maybe
right?
it was because of this push. This I don't know. Maybe because of the environment they were living in,
Yeah.
but they
Yeah.
were really good.
Yeah.
But
They they had really honed their chops, yeah, over there. Yeah, I think that has a lot to do with it. Yeah, the environment you grow up in, and
well, over there you couldn't leave town
mhm.
unless you had permission. Everything you had to do by the book. And if you were a rock and roller, that was really low on the totem pole. Like
Yeah, right, yeah.
and so if you were jazz, you
Uh-huh.
got a bit more acceptability.
Yes,
If you
yes,
play classical music, oh, that's
yes,
it's
yeah.
all there was a sliding scale.
That reminds me of a story when I talked to one guy and he was saying like they went on a tour. They had their own van, and they had played somewhere, and they were leaving, and they got stopped by police. And this is in like the UK. This is over there, and it, when they opened the door, they asked, what are you guys doing? He said, well, we're in a band. And they said, what kind of music? And they had thought real quickly. They said, jazz. They said jazz, you know? And so the police were like, okay, well, go on your way. You know, they didn't arrest him or anything like that, you know, because they said jazz. He said, if we'd said rock, they probably would have taken us in, you know? So that was acceptable, you know?
I
But
could tell you one interesting thing about that happened in actually in West Germany. It happened at the time when I was recording with Dave and Annie.
yeah,
Connie had this. He just recently bought a property about 2 miles away from the studio, where musicians that were recording in his studio would stay.
okay.
So we stayed there while we were recording, and at the time there was this. You probably heard of the Bader Meinhof. They were kind of a far left radical organization. There was like, you know, the bomb places and kind of they were,
Okay.
you know, hippies gone bad, you know, kind of,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, and get away. Oh, Charlie, get out.
Okay.
Sorry, it was Charlie.
Oh,
Anyway,
okay.
we went to this place this night and gone to sleep. Suddenly I was woken up by all these German police with machine guns.
Oh,
It busted into the room, and I
yeah,
couldn't speak any German at the time.
yeah.
And the guy's going, pass, pass. And I didn't know what he meant. He meant passport.
Passport.
And I slowly gave him the passport. And then they relaxed and said, oh, okay. But on the table, there was all types of substances that we'd been kind of, but they didn't care about that. They just left.
They didn't. They just wanted the passport. Wow, that's a scary moment there. Yeah, yeah. I guess I was going to ask you about that. In any of the shows that you played on the East, were there armed guards or, you know, around during the concert, during the shows? You know.
Well, I remember one gig we did. We were supposed to, it was a big night for us because we were going to be on East German television. And we turned up for this gig, and they had all the cameras were all there, and they had these, I don't know what you call them, they had these, I think they call them dollies, they're on tracks, and they move the cameras around on these tracks on the stage.
Yes.
I don't know what the term is, but anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, great, it's going to be really good for our career.
Right.
So what had happened, Springsteen, the boss, had been touring Germany, but he'd gone down so well, they booked some extra dates for him.
Okay.
So then they blew us out. So we did this gig with all these kind of cameras not being used. So it didn't happen. So,
It didn't happen. Oh.
so the boss messed it up for us.
I was going to say you can blame that on Bruce.
Yeah.
What's the new movie?
It's all part of the rich tapestry of life, Gregor.
Yeah, right. There's a new movie coming out about Bruce, right? Or has it already come out? I think
he's good, but he annoys. I really like his music, but he annoys me because he ticks all the boxes. He's good looking. He always gets
oh.
he's always got the great musicians, and he's always, you know.
Yeah. He's that what you would call everyman. He's got that everyman appeal, you know.
He ticks all the boxes, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
He writes good songs as well. That helps.
That does help.
I like this other guy in his band. I like the guy. What's his name? Little Steven. You know, he's a great songwriter.
Yes, he is. Yes.
He wrote "I Don't Want to Go Home." You know that he wrote it for what's the name of that band? Southside Johnny and the Ashbury Dukes.
Oh yes.
Yeah, he wrote that song. He wrote it for. When he wrote it, he said he wrote it for Benny King.
Uh-huh. Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's what he wanted, that type of song. But I think Southside Johnny did a great job of it, you know.
Yes. I know what you're talking about. Yes, that is a good song. Yes, Stevie Van Zandt. Stevie Van Zandt is the one.
Yeah, he's great.
Okay.
He's the guy that wrote that I Don't Want to Go Home.
That's the one I was trying to think of is Nils Lofgren.
Oh, he's good too. Yeah, he's good as well. Yeah.
He's had quite a solo career too. That's the one I was trying to think of. I couldn't.
He's a really good player, that guy.
Yes. Okay. Right. And then Clarence passed away.
That's right.
Not too long ago. Yeah. Max
Blow, big man, blow.
Yeah. Right. Max Weinberg. Yeah. He was on the Tonight Show. I know that. Yes. Okay. All right. That's what I was trying to. I'm found now. Well, the band recorded a couple albums. The first was 1983. This Must Be the Night on the Talent label. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. You have any memories of that, recording that or that album?
Yeah, I think that has its moments. It's not a bad album. Yeah, that's all right. It's
Oh,
yeah.
all right. All right. We're getting warmer now. With you're having more of an affinity as we're going on to some of your material. Well, and then the following year, 84's homing in on Zero on Mercury label.
Yeah, that's also got its moments.
Okay, okay, all right, yeah. Do you when was the album Remember Me This Way recorded? When did
Well,
that?
that was recorded in London, here in London.
Okay,
And it was most of it was recorded in my studio, but
okay,
a lot of it had been recorded at other studios where I'd go into a studio, do the backing tracks, then take them home
yeah,
and add to them, mix them, and kind of sometimes I'd get guests in to come and play on the tracks.
okay.
Sometimes I did it all myself, myself and I.
All three of you, huh?
Yeah.
Well, how long did that take to record then?
It's like some of these songs, you can write a song in a couple of days, and then some songs they stick around for months. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wasn't, I didn't all steam in and do it all at one time. It was all
Okay, in
bit
pieces,
by bit.
bit by bit. Yeah. What's one of the oldest songs that you've written that was recorded more recently? You know.
Oh, that's a good question. Um, Probably The Man That Likes to Gamble.
Okay. How many
That's
years ago? How many years ago?
well, I'm going to record that again because the first recording I did of it uh, was years and years ago, but I've got a much better arrangement with it now. I want to record it again. People told me they like the song,
Okay.
and I
Okay.
like it too.
Okay. So want to try to redo that. Yeah, that's another question I ask some you guys is once you record material, you say like, okay, that's done. I don't want to go back and revisit that and redo that material. It was of its time. It was of its place.
A
Or do
lot of
you?
stuff I feel like that as well.
Yeah,
That's how I feel about a lot of most of that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah,
But sometimes if you screw it up,
yeah,
you want to feel like you want to redeem yourself and
yeah,
get
yeah.
it done.
Right, right. Wow. Okay. Well, in 2001, you contributed a track on Danny's album, and I don't remember how to pronounce his last name. Danny
Juke,
Juke. That's right. Now it's coming back.
Juke,
Juke, Juke, and the
Duke of
track.
Earl, like the Duke of Earl.
Yeah,
Duke, Duke,
Duke,
Duke, Duke
Duke,
of
Duke,
Earl.
Duke. And Hauptsache Wind. Uh,
Hauptsache Wind.
Hauptsache Wind. There you go.
That means, I think that means, my German is not that good, but I think it means hopefully wind.
Oh, okay. Can you speak some German?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
I got a lot of words and a
Yeah.
big vocabulary, but I can't, I'm not very good at the grammar putting it, I
Put
put the
it
verb in the wrong place but I
together.
can kind of make myself understood.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, being over there that long, you pick up on that. But even in Germany, you can get by on just speaking English, can't you? It seems like most of the people there speak English. Speak,
Yeah, but I think if you're in another country,
yeah,
I think it's kind of disrespect not to kind of
not to, right, right,
to make an effort.
right,
But
right.
you're right. A lot of people sometimes when I'm speaking German, try to speak German in German.
Yeah.
They want to speak English. They want to practice their English.
They want to practice. Right.
Who can blame them?
Exactly. Find a happy medium, right? Let's speak German and English. Right? Yeah. Well, the track that you contributed to Danny Duke's album, Black is the Color, and then another guy that I talked to, Laws Netto, played slide guitar on that.
Yeah, he did that. See, I met Danny when I was in Berlin. I always used to visit up with Danny. You know, we're all pals. You know, and he said, "Oh, Johnny, I've got this song. Would you like to record it?" And well, he gave me the song, and I didn't think much about it. But then he started recording it, and I was back in London, so he sent me the backing track, and so I did some guitars and I did the vocal on it. And Loz was a mate of mine, so Loz came and played some slide guitar. So we did it in my studio, and we sent it back to Danny, and he mixed it.
Yeah.
That's the story of that one. I recorded the song again later on one of my projects.
Okay. Did you like Laws his playing and Sniffing the Tears? Did you like that?
Yeah, Loz is a real good player.
Yeah.
I mean, Sniffing the Tears, I can't be really objective about them because the keyboard player was one of my best mates.
Oh, okay.
He used to live around the corner from me. We did a lot of work together, recording. He's on a couple of my recordings as well.
Oh,
Keith
really?
Miller, unfortunately, we lost Keith years ago.
Yeah. Yes, you did.
And I'd met Loz through Keith.
Right. And I think on one of the CDs you sent me, there was like a tribute read about Keith Miller on that as well, I think. I think there was. Let me look real quick. Or maybe it was
there's a song
else.
called "The Blues Is My Business."
Yeah. Maybe it
You
was
can
somebody.
hear at the beginning of there's a little spoken voice. You've reached panic music.
Yes.
No one can take your call.
Dedicated.
Keith died.
Right.
And,
dedicated to Keith Miller, 2005.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. I thought that name that sounded familiar. Yeah.
Well, that's Keith's voice you could hear at the beginning of that track, "The Blues Is My Business," because it was on his answer phone.
Was
the
it?
only thing I had, so I taped his answer phone, so I put it on the
Did you?
on the record.
Did you? Okay. That's where that comes. Okay. I'll go back and listen to that again to get more familiar with that. Wow. Well, okay. Well, speaking of the two CDs you sent me, I want to thank you again for doing that. 2003's Running, Jumping, Standing Still. This one here, let me see. Well, I hold that up. I took it out, the liner.
Oh yeah, that's the one. Yep,
That's the one. Okay. And that's the one with the tribute in here. Okay. And there's the inside picture just to show that. Whoop, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's everybody. And I'll tell you the tracks that stood out to me on first listen. Black is the Color.
It's my version of the different production.
Yeah.
I like them both. I'm not sure which. I don't know if mine's better than Danny's. So I don't like to compare, but I like them both.
Yeah. Like, well, that's good. Yeah, it is. I think you did well on that one. And then a nice cover of "Have Love Will Travel." Yeah, on that.
It's a good tune, isn't it?
It is. It is. It really is. And that's what's his name, Barry. What's his first name? Richard Barry. Richard Barry. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he wrote. He also. I mean, "Love Will Travel" is just like Louie, isn't it? It's the same song, isn't it?
Yeah. I think there were a lot of those back in the day that were very similar sounding. Yeah. And then I think my favorite off of this album is "Rambling Shoes." I think that's my favorite.
Oh, that's nice. That's written by a friend of mine who's no longer with us as well. You know, Francis Serafini. He's an American guy. They used to call him the Continental Cowboy. He was an American guy, but lived in Berlin. Great songwriter, really great, and really nice man as well. We lost him about 10 years ago.
Okay. Well,
So that's a tribute to Francis.
oh, okay. Tribute to. What else has he written, or how did you come upon his material?
Well, Well, you mean talking about Francis?
Yes.
Well, he was just one of the guys, like when I was living in Berlin, he was just one of the guys in the scene. Like there was a kind of a community in Berlin. A lot of musicians, we used to hang out together and exchange ideas. And a lot of us did the same type of gigs together. That
Okay.
time when I told you where I was playing in these little blues folk clubs.
Yes. Yes.
And Francis was doing the rounds. He had a band called Frank Slim. His stage name was Frank Slim and the Continental Cowboys.
Well, was it? Okay.
And he was a great songwriter, really great song, a poet the guy was, you know.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
that's one of his songs.
All right. All right. Well, that's a nice one. Yeah, that's definitely. And then I also like Flexible is another one that I like off of there, off of that one.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Okay. Oh, we finally hit on one that we both like. All right. and and then Banjo the Bard of the Bush. Yeah, I really like that. I like that. That sounds like that's goes back to Australia, right? The bush.
Well, you know who banjo. You must have heard the song Waltzing Matilda. Waltzing Matilda.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
Well, the guy that wrote that song is a guy called Banjo Patterson.
Okay.
So that's where the banjo comes from.
That's where that
Banjo,
comes.
the bard of the bush.
Yes, that's where
Loved it.
I had a feeling it had something to do with Australia. Yeah, it sounds like a folk song too, you know.
Yeah, it kind of is, isn't it?
It kind of has that feel too. Wow, okay. Well, you also sent me Sayonara Mama, and I'll hold that one up here too. I like the cover on this one. I have to say, I like that cover. But it's not going to come, maybe because of the glare. It's not going to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I could see. Yeah.
you can see. Yeah, I like that cover. I like that. Who designed that? Do you know, or how was that done?
I think that the design is the name of the design is written on the cover at the back. I don't remember. I was looking for a cover for it,
Okay,
and I perused all these different kind of artwork online, and I liked that image, and I bought the image.
okay.
Uh,
Yeah, I like that. I do like that. But yeah, this is Johnny and the Drivers, Sayonara Mama. Yes, on Werewolf music. Yes, both of these are on Werewolf. Both of these are on Werewolf. Yeah, both albums, those CDs. Yeah, I like on this one. I like this one. I think I like of the two. I think I prefer Sayonara Mama.
yeah, I kind of like it too. You
Yeah.
know, yeah. I mean, it's very hard to be objective about your own stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I hear some musicians that they'll say,
But
"Oh, I like everything."
the Sayonara Mama, if people don't like it, I can't blame anyone except myself.
Yeah.
But on Running, Jumping, Standing Still,
Yeah.
I wasn't the sole producer of that, so
Right.
I can blame someone.
Blame others. You can blame Bruce for that.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, on this one, yeah, I like several of the tracks on this one. I think well, I can't say there's like three that are, right up there with my favorites.
Which
If I,
album you talking?
Sayonara Mama, Sayonara
Oh
Mama.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's a kind of almost like a kind of a labour of love, that one, because
yeah,
it's all done very very cheaply in my own home studio, with the possible exception
yeah,
there's a Buddy Holly song on there
yeah,
called "You're the One."
yeah, yeah.
I recorded that original record that was recorded. God, that it's 40 years ago, and I kept the tapes and I remastered it
Okay,
and I put it on there anyway because I liked the recording, so I wanted to put it on there.
yeah.
That
Wow.
makes
So,
sense.
so that was the original that you did from 40 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Well,
okay,
I remastered it, but
okay.
it was, and it's funny that I remastered because the tapes of it had gone, and
Yeah,
all I had of that song was a cassette.
okay.
And as you know, cassette is not the highest of quality.
No.
But needless to say, it still turned out all right. You know, I just boosted it up a bit.
Okay,
It's
okay.
not the greatest track, but I like it. It's got sentimental value because I'm a big Buddy Holly fan.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. You got some experience there in your own home studio doing that, the engineering and producing on those. Well, If I should stumble, that may be that's one of my favorites. I'll just say
Oh,
that.
I'm glad you. I like that one too.
Yes, yes. And I like the lyrics in that one as well. Uh, the title track, Sayonara Mama, I like the guitar in that one.
Yeah, as that worth a mention, I'm fortunate enough to work with one of my pals at the moment. I'm working for a guy called Malcolm Hine.
Okay.
He's one of the really great kind of slide players that I've ever known. He's a fantastic player.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's really good. He features on a lot of that album. All the slide work you hear on the album is Malcolm.
It's Malcolm. I've always liked the sound of the slide guitar. Yes, yes. Uh, Crazy Kid Stuff is another one I really like. Crazy Kid Stuff.
Oh, I'm really glad you like that one. I like that one too.
Yeah. Hey, all right. We're starting to hit on all
It
cylinders.
sounds like a pedophile song, but it's not.
No, no, it doesn't. Not to me. Now I'm
That's
gonna
good.
listen. Now I'm gonna hear it differently that you said that. Now you should
No,
have
it's
said
not.
that. It's not. It's not. No. But a nice cover of "Play It All Night Long" too on that.
Warren Zevon is one of my favorite kind of
Yeah.
recording artists. I just think the guy's
Yeah.
such great songs. That guy could have. He
Yeah.
just he goes to places no one else goes, in my opinion.
Yes. Yes. He does. And sad his passing. So he wasn't that
Yeah,
old.
I sent that song
Yeah.
to his son.
Oh, did you? Did you?
Yeah, but I haven't had an answer, so he probably doesn't like it.
Well, you don't know. Maybe he does. He just didn't get
I
back to
don't know.
you.
I haven't had an answer.
Well, that's nice to send it to
I
him
haven't got a
anyway.
telegram, a phone call, or
Right, right. Wow. Well, and then winding down, I like the rhythm section in that song. I really like that. That's a nice sound.
yeah. I would like to mix it again. I'm not happy with the mix on that.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, musicians are very critical of themselves, aren't you? You know, you're perfectionists, right? You know.
I think you got because once you record something, you're responsible for it. You can't blame it. You can't blame anybody
Right.
else.
You
Or
said
you do. So it was his fault. It was
right. Right. And then one last one that's also right up there with my favorites. Where do we go? Where do we go?
Yeah, it's not a bad song. I do
Okay.
that one live,
Oh, you
but,
do? Okay.
when we do it live, you wouldn't recognize it because we do it. It's really we do it like really hard rock. Take no prisoners, and
Oh,
that's
okay.
kind of a gentle version of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'd like to hear that done more hard style. I'd like to hear that. Well, so you do play that one. What other ones do you play live? What other tracks do you?
Oh, I play Have Love Will Travel.
Okay.
Uh, I do some Robert Johnson stuff.
Oh, all right.
It depends if someone wants me to go and do Creepy John Thomas stuff.
Yeah.
I'll put a set together with Creepy John Thomas stuff. But mostly when I go and do gigs, I'll do some of my own stuff. Or I kind of like I like to do kind of more R&B stuff. Kind of Albert King and kind of
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
blues kind of.
Right.
As I told you before, I've got really good players with me now. I've got like Malcolm and John Kettner, the bass player, great players. And I've got a drummer, Richard Marcangelo. He was like 5 years with Manfred Mann. He's also a great player.
He's played with Manfred Mann. Yeah.
It's enough name dropping, John.
No, that's all right. That's right. I was going to say have you ever been told your vocals, your voice sounds a little like Eric Clapton?
I think I'm a much better singer than him.
Okay, okay, all right, all
No,
right.
I'm only kidding.
Okay, that's okay. It's nice to have company. Yeah, no, but
No one's ever said that to me before. No.
really, okay. Well, I'll be the first. All right, to say that. But I do hear a little bit of that. Yeah, on there. Wow. Okay. And maybe because of it's probably a combination of the R&B and the blues and the vocals kind of together. I think some of that. Well, well, what are you up to these days? You still playing live?
Yeah, at the moment I've been a bit unwell lately. I got out of hospital
Okay.
just over a week ago, and I'm all right again now.
Okay.
The doctor says you're going to be okay, John, Mr.
Okay.
Thomas, as long as you behave yourself.
Okay.
No,
All
I'm
right.
all right. I'm all right. I'm at the moment. I've taken a bit lazy the last few weeks, so I'm going to get into the studio and start writing some new songs and hope things work out. I think I told you one of my songs is in a Hollywood movie. Did I
Which
tell
one's
you
that?
that?
Which one's that?
It's a song called, what's it called again? Do the Mumba.
Okay. Okay.
It's on Homing In on Zero. It's a real old one. But
Okay.
the film only came out about just over a year ago.
Okay.
But it's got, what's his name again? Glenn Close
Oh, Glenn
in
Close.
the
Yeah.
film. My little song is only in there in the background
Okay.
a little bit, but that's okay.
It's all right. You're in there. You're in
Yeah.
there. That's got to be surreal. Musicians that have songs and record
I got a
movies.
thrill when I see my name on the credits.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And then all those royalties will start pouring in, won't they?
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Right. Don't hold your breath too long,
That's
right?
it. That's it.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good. And what's the name of the movie again?
Called Brothers.
Brothers.
It's
Okay.
got this guy
Glenn Close.
called Josh Brolin.
Okay. Josh, yeah, yeah.
And I don't know if you know this thing called what's it called again? Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know the little fellow, Peter Dinklage.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, he's in it. He's in it. Him and Josh Brolin and Glenn Close.
Glenn Close. Okay. Brothers. Okay.
It's kind of a
Oh,
buddy
it's a
movie.
comedy. It's a comedy. Yeah.
It's a comedy, yeah, a bit of a dark comedy.
I
I mean,
think
I
I
wasn't that
saw.
impressed. It's all right.
I saw that. I'm gonna have to watch it again for your song because
Actually, to be honest with you,
yes, yeah,
you listen, you won't hear my song. I listen. I can't hear my song. And
you,
the only thing I'd see
yes,
when the credits come out at the end,
uh-huh,
then I can see Johnny and the Drivers do the mumbo. But
yeah,
I can't. I hear it, so maybe they cut it out. I don't know. But
yeah.
I still hopefully get paid because they've used.
They've used it. They used it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I did see that. I did see that, and she's like their mother. She's their mother, and she's real mean. I mean, yeah, and they've like and they're brothers, and they yeah don't look anything alike. I mean, they're like but
that's right. And you
yes,
don't even recognize Glenn Close.
no, with her, what's yeah, you don't exactly the way they got her done up and everything. Yes, I know the movie now. I know the movie. Yeah. Okay, I did watch that. All right. Well, um, so you may have some other CDs in the works, maybe down the road. Okay.
Greg, if you're interested, I'll stay in touch and
Definitely. I do appreciate it, Johnny, and I'm glad we had a constant connection this time. Everything is going well, so I'll send you probably about a week a copy of this and edit out Charlie, yeah, and uh, and then I'll also be on my YouTube. It'll also be on there. So
oh, nice, mate.
okay, well
Good
I
talking to
appreciate.
you, Greg.
Well, it's good talking to you and good meeting you, Johnny. And again, you're number 300. Wow. Okay. So
When I get my prize.
there you go. So all right. Well, all the best to you. Okay, Johnny, and continued success too. And
Thanks, mate.
I will be in touch. Stay in touch. Okay. And we will, like I said, send you that in about a week. And again, I'll say bye for now, but not forever. Okay.
Okay, Greg. All the best from London, huh?
All right.
Charlie
Thank
said
you.
goodbye as well.
Okay. Bye bye to Charlie. All right. Bye for now.
See you,
Yeah.
mate.
All right. Peace out.
Bye
Okay.
bye.